shut my stream off. If I do it again, I'm done streaming for good. Because they're just absolutely playing favoritism at this point. Alright, so, I don't know if there's a... We are painting this layout a better green. I tried painting it, but it was like with 10 different colors. So... Ew. Yeah, YouTube's been really lame this week, so... I streamed on one channel, this channel. That's disgusting. Okay. I streamed on this channel, and they shut me off, and then, like, I didn't even start, it was like 15 seconds in, they shut me off. Like, dude, that's... And then, I went on the other channel and did the same thing. So, if they do it again, on this channel, I'm done. I'm absolutely done streaming. I'll do something else. What's completely unfair is, I almost met the age requirements, and then they had to raise it 3 years. I'm like, what? That's not fair. Yeah, this is a way better green. Let's go. Probably should have bought one more can, but... So we're just going to be putting turf on under this. I'm making a layout build part 2, just because. We actually got a lot of paint now, so I could do green, a cool green. I tried mixing all these whack colors and it just didn't really work. So gross. What the heck? Oh, cool. Thank you. And then if they don't shut me off, they just won't show my stream to anybody, so it's just pointless. They're absolutely lame. They only need Mr. Beast to pay their bills. Crazy, this wood must be really dry because I'll put a bunch of paint down and it will just like suck it all up. Well, we're not leaving it like this. We're gonna put turf back on it, but every time like the turf would kind of get, like a hole would show through it, it would show the board color and it looked really bad. So I wanted it to be better. But then with this really dark like pearl green, it really didn't make a difference. So I was just like, oh, I thought they turned me off. But then the cool thing is, since we have a darker green, it's really bright right now, but since we have a darker green underneath, it's going to be a little bit darker. So it's just so when it kind of shows through, I don't have to patch it like every single time. And then I'm making a couple more buildings. I just finished the stadium design that I'm putting in the middle on printing. That sounds horrible. It's crazy though. I have 3 cans and I bet you I use them all. Because I'm already almost out of this one. And then my other plan is I'm going to expand on this layout. Alright, it's kind of what I was thinking. And so instead of that piece of foam right here, because the track is too short, I have a bunch of plans to this layout now. I'm going to be adding a 3-inch piece of wood to make it just longer. That means the road will go out. I don't know, actually. It might not. Maybe a little. I don't think so. And then I'm going to block that off. So it's actually going to be a tunnel, not just open. So I'll just have like a little piece of cardboard or paper or something, and I'm gonna paint it black. Maybe not. Maybe I'll paint it green, but I think it will just look good with the bookshelf. We're already out of this can. I haven't even done anything. It's so weird. Yeah, it definitely just is like, and it just sucks it all up already. Like, I've been painting this for like 10 minutes and I don't have that done. Oh, no.
Oh, hello. How are you doing?
You good?
Are you still on?
Kinda.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Ow. I just stepped on the cord. Hi. Got that paint?
Yeah.
It's a strong smell.
Really?
Yeah. Not bad, but...
I have to buy more. I'm already out.
Uh-oh.
Well, not really, but I'm out of this can already. I only bought 3. I should have bought like 5. It is kind of a strong smell. And then this tunnel portal is going to be black. Like, this is all going to be black. So it looked cool in the SMT competition, like when Christmas lights are on, it can be all murdered out black over there. Have you tried streaming trains to planes? I just think they're going to play favoritism until, like, the age requirement, until I meet that. But I met it when it was the age, and they still were shutting me off, so... Well, at that point, they actually demonetized me for about 3 days. Because then I was like, I didn't do anything wrong, and for once they actually were like, oh, I'm sorry. But I've only been demonetized 3 times. Come on, I want this section to be done with 1 can. I want to use only 2. The good news is they're only like 58 cents, so, but still. It's a good green, because now it's drying right here, it looks perfect. Come on. Boom, 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 boom. I know this shirt's way too small, but I don't want to get my nice shirts painted. Come on, you can do it. I think we're good. And we got this corner. Oh. It's so lame. For some reason that really hurt my knee. I need to get the street lights better because they actually are all kind of dinky. They're all falling off and apart. So I think I only got 4. I got 5. But they just need replaced. I don't like what I did. I put like 1, 2, 3. I need like them evenly spaced out. So I might just kind of, because they're glued in. So as soon as I try to take them off, they're just going to break. So I might just print some and then sell the motherboard. Because they're kind of dumb. And you can't really see them. Like, I had to have the lights off and everything to see them. They're so dim. So, like, I might just, like, put them for decoration and then sell the motherboard. There we go, okay. Yeah, what happened? Yeah, if we do that, that works. Sweet. Didn't really get us right. Paint. I gotta kind of be quick because I'm filming a pretty big Jakoah's day. We gotta go to like 10 places still, and it's almost 5, so kind of just gotta hurry. And no one's really watching. Let's see. Tired. Tried printing an engine shed. It failed. Why? So I'm sorry. It sounds dumb, but do you know how to do supports? because I didn't. I always would just give up on prints because I thought Cura didn't have support option. And it took me almost a year to learn Cura, and I'm just like, no way I'm gonna just be like, do that. And then it was like, I saw a video with just a dude casually adding supports, and I'm like, no way. So I was just wondering. Because of supports. Well, was it like the supports failed? Were your printer not working? Like, why? Come on, we can do it. We can get this side painted without. See, it doesn't have to be pretty either. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be covered. And I like that it's kind of darkening as it dries. Because it's just got to be good to where I don't have to redo it every time. Dude, I kind of wish I would have filmed. I don't know. It was not that cool. But it was pretty sweet to see it all work. Because all I did was I took a drywall knife or putty thing. Let me show you. This is actually for my printers, and I just scraped all the turf off. It really wasn't glued that well. I didn't really glue it. But I just scraped it. I did glue it on top though. I tried gluing it before I did all this. Dang, this thing just dries it all up. And I tried doing it, and it didn't really work. But I took a drywall knife. Don't take me down for saying that, YouTube. And scraped it, and then I cleaned out this vacuum. I sprayed this out with the hose, so there wasn't any like dirt or anything in there. And then I cleaned it all out. It looked basically like I just bought the vacuum. It looked like brand new. And then I ran out of what? It's not doing anything. It acts like I don't have any more after this. I have 2 more. I just don't want to use it. And then I just did that, and then I did have to kind of grind it better because it's kind of still a little, it was all damp still from the glue, and then it kind of just, when it dried in that bottle, it kind of just solidified finally, but like hardly. Dude, how much is in here still? I could leave this upside down and it'd probably be a lot more out. Wow, okay, I'm just... Oh, I still got a whole little bit over here. Okay, there we go. Let's just use that. Oh, it's looking good. But I'm making a part 2 on... And I'm also going to probably repaint the road. Maybe. I've always thought a road... I've only seen like 2 layouts ever with like a black road, like, and yellow lines. I've only seen gray. So I might, since it's kind of all painted with some green on it, I might repaint it black and do yellow lines. I don't know. I always think it's kind of unique. You don't see it very often. Because, like, this layout has it, my old layout had it, so, yeah. One day, we'll get it painted. Yeah, and then I want the stadium and, like, the city halls kind of going in the middle. Oh, and I'm going to be buying soon a filament recycler. If you know what that is, trains to planes. I'm really stoked. I've been wanting one for a long time. But the only really nice ones I've seen, or the only ones I've even seen out there, are like a couple grand. And I don't get it. But I've seen one for like $14,000. I'm like, at the end of the day, what is so cool about that? Like, that's not, no. I can buy like so many trains with 14,000. But I found it's not even filament like PLA 3D printing related. It's actually for recycling plastic bottles. So you need like a blender, and it's this little bowl. It's like a printer extruder, but it's this little bowl on top that you have to grind up whatever you're putting in it, and obviously it has to be able to cool and heat like filament. But there's this little bowl on the top of it, and you you grind it all up into very fine. Oh, you don't know what a filament recycler is. So basically, what they do is you take all your failed prints and you put them in like a blender, and it grinds it all up into like basically dust or like a bunch of chunks. And then there's this thing that heats it up really hot and then extrudes it like our printers, and then puts it back on the roll as a color. So all the failed prints you've thrown away can actually be reused instead of buying a $12 roll every month. So, but they're like a couple $1,000s. But there's one that has a bowl on it that you're supposed to have. So I'm gonna have to take just a separate blender, because the one that's a couple grand just has it all built in. I'll have to show you in like another live stream, but it's only like gonna be about $200, which is perfectly fine with me. I've probably blown close to 500 on filament. I just did a restock, except for white and red, because it just eventually $12 doesn't seem like a lot, but then eventually when you have blue, black, white, gray, red, and like the cool spiral colors, it eventually starts adding up to a couple $100, and I have to do that like every 6 months. So yeah, I just saw on Amazon, I just barely bought it in August. So September, October, June, what? Oh, now I'm all messed up. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. But realistically, just February, because I remember scraping for filament in like January, because I remember it was like, yeah, I'm about out of black, and I ran out of gray back then. So realistically, 5 months. So I've been saving. I already had the idea where I wanted to save up for one, so I have some, but I kind of just got out of it and started throwing them away. So even the little lines that like the outer lines that your printer does, when the start of a print even counts. Anything that is waste that you just throw away could be used. I'll send it to you if you care. Jeez, this is taking forever, dude. I don't know, at the end of the day, I'm not getting people, but it's pretty cool I get to talk to trains to planes, so. Yeah, I'm really not caring on keeping this road. It's pretty poorly painted, too. I can see a lot of the green, a lot of the board still. So I'm just gonna kind of paint over the road a little bit. So I'm gonna make it black. Because I love to run on my big layout, because even the flaws it has, it doesn't really matter, because there's so much and it's so overwhelming that it really doesn't matter, and you don't think about those things. But it's really hard to have those big holes in the layout that you can see the board on a little layout like this, because trust me, I have those on the big layout, but you really can't see it because it's white, like plaster, not brown board that is like red in a white picture. Like it's just that bad. So at least like right now over here, this is exactly the color I want. It is darkening. It looks like grass. That sounds horrible. And ready, 3, 2, 1. Oh no, we're almost out of this one. We need to get the rest of this done with this can, whatever that means. And for some reason, this paint takes a while to dry. Like, I remember just sitting here forever and it wasn't drying. Like, I came back 2 hours later. Like, just this morning, I painted this. Yesterday was my mom's birthday, so we went down to my Aunt and Papa's house for dinner. And I remember coming home, I finished like an hour and a half before we left. And came home, and this section was still wet. And it's not like I don't have any airflow. This fan is always on, the ceiling fan. If you go way back Trains to Planes, like a year ago, like before June, I'll say probably before like May, there was never a ceiling fan in here. It was just a light. And it's really kind of tough in this room with hot glue and weird smells and paint and plaster and dust and everything that we had to do. It's kind of need a fan. So there was a fan that my dad had for his work that we were just had to throw away, but it perfectly was fine. So we were just like, we'll put it in here. And at first I was skeptical because I was like, I hope there's a remote because I'm not going to be able to turn the light on and off, but it's really cool. And it's hard not to get, because this part I don't want to get the street light covered. I just honestly need to redo the whole street lighting because this one's fallen through, so that's not good. Half the time I have to go mess with all the wiring to get them to even turn on. Alright, we have a lot. Looks might be deceiving, but as soon as I start even doing it, it just goes like right now. We're already like you need a whole half for just like a little section. Come on, get that little. I mean, I guess we're painting it black. It really doesn't matter. Well, then what was the point of buying gray? I don't really think I need gray now. Nah, I'll probably still, I don't know, we'll see. And the lines are weird too. The lines are very close together. I think I was kind of rushing putting this layout together. Well, honestly, I didn't really have a bunch of ideas either. I was just kind of like, okay, I guess we'll do this. I really like the way I did the road though. I'm shocked I did as well as I did. Alright, now we're scrounging. We gotta get... We can't really use any more now. Gotta get all the corners we can. And there's a spot on the track now, since I have to like scooch it out to clear the railroad crossing, because now some of the trains like the New Haven hit the railroad crossing. That's why it's broken. So I had to scooch the track out, which I didn't paint that spot. So honestly, it's just like a huge gap of board. So not the best thing. And I'm also going to make the road a little wider because it's really tiny. Alright, well, I don't think we're going to have enough of this can to finish it because we still got that whole other side. But I honestly think I'm going to try to just do this side. I got like 8 minutes. And the reason why I probably didn't film this yet on this video making is because I honestly didn't know how it was going to work. Yeah, let's just probably use the other can. get some more out of it. Alright, we gotta finish this corner. Let's go. I realistically just care about the sides. Oh, and I'm making a border. I'm making a... Okay. I will collab live. I'm making a border. So I had a really bad day one time with the little 5x8 layout. Like, that was like when I was just starting to get back into trains from the 8x4 and that whole mess. And I made this horrible layout. Like, it was literally like waiting to short circuit and catch the house on fire. Like, it was scary, dude. Like, I remember doing a stream and it would, the track connectors would start sparking. Dumb ways to die. And then I would be like, that's when YouTube used to like me. And I'd get all kinds of views. Like, I was averaging like 50 views a stream. Now I average literally trains to planes. That's all I get. I think the only reason you get here is because you're subscribed and you get notified. But where's Mara Railfan, Timothy Trains, Videos OP, I can think of like 30 people that are subscribed and like my streams and are never here. Because they probably don't ever get, I don't ever get on the feed. I've been kind of looking, even right now, go on your YouTube homepage in Trains to Planes, and I bet you, except me, I bet you probably can find maybe 2 videos on the first, like, 3 scrolls that don't have anything more, that don't have anything less than, like, 2,000 views. Or how about more like 2 million, sorry. Because I always look at the YouTube shorts, and you never see a little small content creator. You always see 150 million, 200 million. You see all the big gun shorts. You never see the little ones. I'm like, and I have never seen a small video except maybe myself on a different account or like my dad's channel. And even like smaller people like you get like 100,000 on shorts. I maybe get 2. That's like the most I've gotten since like 2 years ago. It was like 2,000 maybe. I also need to paint the inside of this bookshelf black too, where it got cut out. Alright, finally we got, oh, never mind. Okay, finally we got this side done. Now we gotta get this side. I'm really kind of getting sick of this. Kind of bored. Alright. I'm probably just gonna have to bite the bullet and buy some more paint. I'm gonna have enough to finish it. I just don't want to use it all. Because it's like the first time I actually have some paint. Okay. We gotta get all of it out. Oh, what? We have some more. Okay, that one's done. I don't care, we'll do some more. Oh, it flung all over me. We'll do like a second coat, like right there. It's gonna look really good right there. Alright, let me go throw these 3 away, because they're all empty. Alright, so, fingers crossed. We can finish this with what we just got. I don't think we're gonna, because like, just just a lot of gaps. Like, this isn't the best wood for this. And I completely forgot I did pretty well on sealing the cracks. So if you didn't know, this layout is 3 pieces of wood. 3 pieces. Because it's 1, built so weird. 2, I didn't really have any other wood. And, yeah, this is wood from the 8x4. That's actually funny. I had to check if it had all the scribble lines on it. Yeah, so I guess it did make its comeback. That's pretty cool. Alright, then I gotta push this out because I gotta paint really close to this trim. Oh, we're not gonna have enough on this last run. Especially on the corners. So, I keep getting off subject what I was saying. So, come on. Hang on here. I have to contemplate. Yeah, we're gonna have to get one more, I think. Okay, cool. Got it all over the cap. So I had a really bad day with that 5x8 is what I was trying to say. Is because the Baltimore, Ohio was derailed. I was kind of just like, okay, I'll get it in a second. Just the front trucks were off. I don't think I was live. And the B&O was already kind of... Oh. He's leaving. Alright, so now no one's watching. Well, that's kind of sad. So, what happened was... Well, maybe there's someone who's going to watch. Because what was weird, though, is last time I did a stream... After the fact, it got a bunch of views. Like, I got like 150 after the stream was over. I was like, oh, maybe I stream and then people will watch it after. But what I was saying is, what happened was it was derailed, and I was like, okay, I really need to get this spring into the commutator, because it was already, I was kind of already in a bad mood, because I've already lost 2 sets of springs, and these are totally weird springs out of a 50-year-old Mahano that don't even really work. And I ended up scrapping that train. It was the Santa Fe, I think I remember. It was the Nightmare locomotive that I spent like 3 months fixing. And then I remember every time someone would be like, run it on a stream, I would go to run it and it would be like, and it wouldn't work, that same commutator issue. But I was already mad because I can't ever get it to run. It wasn't the championship train, it was the Santa Fe whack one, which I'm going to try to get back in a better version, not Tycho Mantua, but, and I was trying to test out the Baltimore because I already kind of serviced it, and it already had zinc pest and all that, and I remember it was really derailed after a minute or 2 more, and I was like, okay, and on my way to go fix it, it fell off the layout, and holy, it was done. I couldn't fix it after that. The wheel finally gave in on zinc pest. It got the best of it, and it shattered into 3 pieces, and I couldn't fix it. And even if I could, I don't think I would have got the timing right. So I want, since this track literally rides like an inch against the edge, I'm gonna make some like 3D printed fence almost. Let me watch this. So I might get like plexi or something And also it's just going to keep all of the turf on there too. I'm going to end the stream, and I'll see you guys probably never, because I